When I was first starting my side hustle online, I had a lot of options out there. Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. Well, TikTok didn't exist yet. It was a little confusing which social media platform to choose because I didn't have all that much time. I had a full-time job at the time and I had trade shows to attend on the weekends. So I couldn't do everything, and you really shouldn't. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing which social media platform that I think is the best for artists and for anyone trying to start a side hustle and monetize their side hustle. And I'm going to rank the pros and cons from best to least, at least for me. If you want more videos like this and you haven't already, make sure to like, subscribe, jingle all my bells and buttons for more videos every Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. My name is Janet. I'm a Disney artist turned independent creator, and I went full-time to be an online content creator last year. So let's get started. The number one social media platform that has brought me the most sales and also has allowed me to go full-time into this art business and make money as an online content creator is YouTube. The reason why is because video is king. I hustled for a really long time on Instagram, and that requires a lot of work when you're posting mainly photographs and pictures of your art or whatever it is you're trying to sell. The thing is with online sales, I don't know if you have this problem, I definitely do. I have a hard time buying something that I don't know what it's going to be like when it comes in the mail. I'm pretty indecisive, so I like to see and touch something before I go and buy it. That's the challenge you kind of have to overcome with online sales, which is why video is so great. With video, you can give people a pretty good idea of what your product is going to look like, how it's going to be used, and how big it is, stuff like that. And people make commercials for a reason. Commercials, video, YouTube. Having a YouTube channel is like having a giant commercial for everything that you do. It's not just for beauty influencers, prank videos, and that kind of thing. It's basically a platform for people to fall in love with you, the individual behind your products. So you can develop an audience where people really like who you are, and they might not even want or use the products that you sell, but because they love you, they're willing to support you and buy from you. And there is a whole creator economy based off of YouTubers, basically. There are editors and managers to help YouTubers function, and there's a world of brand deals and so many ways to make money once you do build an audience on YouTube. And to top it off, I personally have benefited the most from YouTube compared to Instagram and every other social media platform that I post on. That to me is exactly how powerful video content is. And if you want to be seen, you don't post on Vimeo and you don't post on apps like Instagram because people don't really have the attention span to watch a 10-minute long video on Instagram. So those are a lot of pros for YouTubes. There are a few cons. One being it is very hard. Anyone who's ever put up a YouTube video probably understands you'll probably have absolutely no engagement. No one's going to watch all the hard work you put into making a single video, which usually takes hours to make, and you'll probably only get maybe 10 views, if that. Out of all the social media platforms where I've built a following, YouTube is hands down the hardest platform to gain success on. It takes a lot of time, skill, effort, and at the end of the day, a little bit of luck in order to really be successful on YouTube. Another con is it's pretty expensive to start. I don't recommend getting the most expensive equipment, especially when you're first starting. Honestly, you can start with just your phone. For example, the latest iPhone is better than a lot of cameras out there on the market right now. But the thing is, even the latest iPhone costs thousands of dollars. So there is a little bit of a barrier to entry there. But the thing is, you can get pretty far on bare minimum camera quality, audio quality, all that stuff, and you can slowly invest in better camera equipment as you grow. The next platform that I think comes right under YouTube is TikTok. Before I had any notable following on YouTube, TikTok actually drove me the most sales. And in my opinion, TikTok is YouTube's biggest competitor because a video. I've seen a lot of businesses take off simply because they were on TikTok early. Even if you're not, it's still, compared to YouTube, a lot easier to grow on TikTok than it is on YouTube. When I was really prioritizing TikTok, I got a whole lot of sales from TikTok. I got a lot of commissions, a lot of print sales, a lot of merch sales, and I was growing pretty fast. TikTok is especially good if your audience is going to be mainly Gen Z. Basically anyone who's 21 and under. So if you are really young, or if your audience is really young, you have a youthful product or something to promote, or if you are mostly an entertainer, I think TikTok is a really great place for you to get started, because that's kind of where I made the bulk of my money in 2020. Arguably, TikTok does take quite a bit of time if you want to grow fast. Just like YouTube takes a lot of time to make a single video, TikTok is all about quantity. You have to be making at least 3 TikToks every single day. And you have to be really efficient and shameless about filming yourself and putting a lot of content out there. I was putting at least 3 videos on TikTok every single day when I really wanted to grow fast. The downside to TikTok is if you're not an entertainer, or if your products aren't super youthful, or you're not really talking to the youth, you probably won't have a great time on TikTok. For example, there are a lot of social media advice gurus on TikTok trying to gain a following there, but Gen Z isn't all that interested in that kind of thing. They just want to be entertained. Brand deals and their creator fund isn't really open to you until about 1 million followers, and even then, it's really difficult to make money strictly on the app itself. You have to be pretty big on TikTok in order to get that kind of money. Right under TikTok is Instagram. Why I put Instagram under YouTube and TikTok is because it's kind of an old app, and it's really hard to get noticed on Instagram. I'm sure if any of you have an Instagram and have tried to grow, you know what I'm talking about. Instagram is particularly great if you have some kind of product to sell. It's a great app if you sell aesthetic t-shirts, fashion, jewelry, that kind of thing, particularly because the people who use Instagram are millennials. And millennials are starting to get older at this point. Millennials being anyone above 24 years old. We have more money than Gen Z typically, which means we're more prone to buying things. And Instagram now has Instagram Video, IGTV, and Instagram Reels, so it's trying to act a little bit like TikTok, but I noticed the audience on Instagram is simply just a little bit less engaged than on TikTok. One of the biggest downsides to Instagram is if you're not posting every single day, you're gonna have a really hard time getting seen. And this is even if you are a huge account. I've grown to a fairly big size on Instagram, and it still is pretty difficult for me to get sales. When Instagram was my main focus about a few years ago, I had to post every single day, multiple times on Instagram stories, make Instagram videos, partake in Instagram trends, and even then I would only get a few sales. So Instagram is definitely a numbers game. You have to have a lot of numbers, a lot of followers in order to get any money, any attention to do anything. And with things like brand deals and working with companies, you pretty much have to be at around 1 million before people really start taking you seriously for major brand deals. For smaller brand deals, I would say around 100K. And brand deals in the artist/creative space on Instagram is pretty limited because everyone wants people to buy their makeup, their clothes, that kind of thing. So most of the brand deals are geared towards fashion and lifestyle influencers. And on top of all that, it's pretty difficult at this point to grow as a lifestyle influencer on Instagram because there are so many to pick from. It is so saturated. Arguably, if you're gonna put so much time and effort into becoming a lifestyle influencer, you might as well pick YouTube or TikTok for that matter. And then we have Twitter. Twitter, I haven't put too much effort into Twitter at this point, partly because I didn't really understand the point of it, at least for me, as an artist who wants to sell products. It's definitely not the best for that particular thing. Some people who have built a Twitter following really quickly from way back when have a lot of success with that, but in my opinion, Twitter is great for connections. So for example, if you have a business that is more centered around community, where you want to get people into your community and agree with the things that you say and want to be informed with the things that you tweet, or you want to connect with other people in your niche, that is the platform to do it. All the other platforms aren't really great at that. Anyone who wants to talk to me on YouTube, could leave a comment, I guess. On Instagram, you could DM me, but I might not check it, especially if you have a lot of followers, you get a lot of DMs. Same thing with TikTok. But with Twitter, it's a place for people to connect and talk to each other. And Twitter has recently incorporated Twitter Spaces, which is basically a knockoff of Clubhouse, which is why I think Clubhouse isn't long for this earth, when Twitter is basically the same thing with a bigger audience. So I've seen a lot of people in the NFT space build a Twitter community by using Twitter Spaces, by tweeting a lot and helping a lot of other people in the NFT space. And I think that is really, really, really cool if that's the kind of business you want to create, something around community. And it's definitely the place you want to be if you're into anything like NFTs, crypto, that kind of thing. As for growing on Twitter, I've noticed it's about volume, even more so than TikTok and Instagram. It's about posting, 5, 10 or more times a day, interacting with people constantly. It is definitely something you still can grow, even in 2021, but you do have to pour a lot of time into. I think Twitter is actually great for, I would say, the extrovert, someone who's really good at talking to other people, making connections with other people. That is a skill I definitely lack. So that explains why I am not the biggest fan of Twitter for my personal business. If you want to learn more about how to grow social media for your online business, check out my free guide, 8 Steps to Launch Your Online Store. If you want to help me keep the lights on, the cameras rolling, head over to honeyandabsinthe.com to buy some merch. If you like the video, make sure to like this video, jingle all my bells and buttons for more art and entrepreneurship type videos. Check out these videos next to learn more about art and entrepreneurship, and don't forget to dare to dream.